Well, welcome to Unmask with Robert, and today in this segment I want to look at something that I regard to be very much important, and especially in today's era that now we are into what is called the intellectual capital, more than we would have said in 1100. What really separates us from cavemen, men who used to live in caves, and us at this time is not necessarily that there has been an advancement of minerals and the availability of resources that have allowed us to have the machinery, to have the technology that we have of today. What has really separated the two eras, it's the knowledge that we have acquired over time. We have learned how to harness the available resources to our advantage, to have this knowledge that we have, and to create the tools that have given us this amazing experience that I'm able to communicate to people who are in distant places through this video that I'm recording, that we are able to interact through social media, we are able to move across continents, we are able to have more food than we could have had in 1100. We're able to sleep in bed houses and have good clothes and just live a good life than people who did whereas they were living in this cave. And the only difference is not that the world has become the new world on its own. It's because over time we have gained knowledge, we have gained information on how we could better harness the things that nature has freely provided for us for our own advantage. Yeah, and that has been the major difference. And that's just not to say that above everything, the most important thing in this time is having knowledge and having specific information that allows you to really be king in whatever you do. Look at it. It's been said that you can, if you are the jack of all trades, you become the master of none, and that's has got a lot of truth to read more than we can argue. It's because when you are a mastery of a certain skill, you have specific knowledge and skill on how to do a certain things, you become an expert in those things, and expertise has become everything. It has become what makes you to be a well sought out person more than anything else. So it's not only about having ideas, it's about having your ideas, information, and knowledge based. There's an interesting story that I've heard that I think it's very cardinal, and I would like to share it. There was a time that a certain peasant farmer who used to rear chicken realized that his chicken used to die a lot frequently. So he decided to seek out the advice of one of the wisest men by that time in the village. And when he went to him, he said, "Well, my chicken have been dying. What would I do to prevent that?" And the man, just being considered to be a wise man, obviously, he came up with an idea. And he told him to say, "Go play music every morning when you wake up into the chicken coop." So the man, realizing that this idea is coming from one of the well-respected men in the village, the men of high caliber, the men who's been considered to be wise. So he went, bought the radio, and every morning he would play some songs and the like, but the chicken continued dying anyways. So he went back to say, "Wow, the chicken still dies. What should I do?" The man came up with another idea and said, "All right, go change the lighting in the coop." And the man just did exactly what this consultant told him, and he changed the lighting. The chicken continued dying. There was no change. Then finally he said, "I think I have a brilliant idea. Go paint the chicken coop in bright colors." So he went, spent his money on some brighter colors so that he would paint his coop. And he did that, and finally all the chickens died. And when he went back to tell the wise man that all the chickens have finally died, and just the man looked at him and said, "What a shame. I had so many good ideas." Wow, look at it. He had so many good ideas. He thought that, he knew that, and even the person who was being advised, even he would consider it to be very good ideas. But the question that we all remain with, were they information based? Were they knowledgeable in relation to the farming business that the man was doing? Was it something applicable? Was changing the lighting or painting the coop in brighter colors, really, was it going to change the fact that the chickens were dying? Were the chickens dying because they weren't listening to music? or because the coop wasn't painted in brighter colors, or maybe the writing wasn't okay, were the chickens dying of that? Obviously not, because regardless of applying some solutions, the chickens continued dying. The reason being is that even though the ideas were good, they were not based on any information or knowledge whatsoever. So the solutions were as useless as the fact that the chickens were dying out of unknown cause. So what I'm trying to emphasize on is that whether you want to run your business smoothly, or guide your social relationships, or build your corporation, or advance at work, at school, all this is based on the level of knowledge that you have and how specific and usable it is, because not all ideas are usable, not all information is usable. And especially in this era that we have internet that is stocked with so much information, that our libraries are full of books, but are all books useful to your pursuit, to what you really want to achieve? Are they interlinking somewhere what you want to do and what you have been given to use in achieving those pursuits? And those are the questions that I think most of the times we should look at. We should always try to make sure that the ideas that we come up with, or the information that we seek, the type of knowledge, is not just because it sounds so good. It can be good but not useful in our pursuit. That's very much important. Come to think of it, could you rather go to a doctor that has got good ideas about how to do surgery to attend to your child, or could you rather go to someone who's got knowledge on these things, who've gone through medical school, proven and tested that they are capable to do surgery, or someone who just rose up and said, oh wow, I have very good ideas on how to do this? So it's not just about how good the ideas are, it's about whether the ideas are information based, if the ideas are based on knowledge and training, and they have been tested and proven, and you know that they definitely work.